Go.
I want my cat.
Cynthia, go.
I literally gave you like a court order.
Okay, and go. Before I call the cops.
I
will call the cops, Cynthia.
really cannot believe you.
Okay, I'll tell 911 then. Go. Get. Go.
You. Fuck you. God.
Go. Just go. Just go.
Fuck you.
And thank you.
You have until the 25th.
Okay. Yep, it's me again, with even more drama content because the Synnibear03 situation is a gift that keeps on giving. Or stealing, since we're talking about a potential catnapping. To be completely honest, I'm making this video mainly because my keyboard is broken and I can't write scripts except for a few notes on paper, and I need some audio to edit on my 12-hour travel tomorrow. I'm on my way to my father's funeral and I desperately need a distraction. But that's only half the story. The other half is that I just kind of have an opinion on everything and can't keep my mouth shut. My roommate, by the way, is thrilled that I have found a new outlet and stopped bombarding him with all this stuff. So, Synnibear03. I think the grooming drama with Enno is still fresh in everyone's memory, as well as the situation that followed with Jack, her then roommate and ex-friend, who made his own video asking the community for donations so he could move out as he didn't feel comfortable or even safe around Synni, which is kind of understandable. If you followed the story, you'll remember that there was talk of cats, specifically two super cute cats named Stupid and Squirp. Squirp is a name I will have to say a lot during this video. That's what we're talking about today, because Synni has uploaded a video in which she claims she doesn't know where Squirp, the cat that she adopted for Jack, is. So, hi. Quick time jump. This video is chaotic, sorry. Throughout the video you will hear a few comments from me that I recorded during the train ride, but I've now arrived with my family and it looks like Synni has deleted the video, but don't worry though, you'll still get all the info you need here. So, Jack apparently doesn't know either. Yeah, spoiler, he lied. And even hopes Synni's going to jail for the alleged catnapping. However, as the video progresses, we found out Synni actually does seem to know where Squirp is, but more on that later. Before any misunderstandings arise, I need to jump in quickly. Jack knew exactly where the cat was the entire time. I think he was just putting on a show when he kept whining about wanting the cat back. Probably to hide Squirp from Synni, but that's just my opinion. Make up your own mind. Yeah, it's a complicated situation. For pets, it's always pretty rough when the humans separate, whatever the reason. It's even worse when they're also separated from their fellow pet. I'm not saying that the pet owners don't suffer too, but in this situation we really need to focus on the animal's welfare, which admittedly has been rather overlooked in recent months. Most of us have been in situations where even simple tasks like keeping up with the household chores feel overwhelming. Stress, burnout, depression, and also trauma responses are often the main causes, and if you live alone, you're usually the only one affected by it. But if you also have family, roommates, a partner, or one or more pets, it complicates everything. Circumstances change, depression can vary in intensity, but the amount of responsibility you've taken on remains constant. Cats need a lot of care, attention, and a clean environment. At the very least, clean litter boxes, regular, appropriate, uncontaminated food, and fresh, clean water daily. If you find yourself unable to provide these, you should consider asking for help, if necessary, making the difficult, very difficult decision to rehome the cat. As things currently stand, Stupid is with Synni, Stupid the cat, and it looks like she's doing quite well. She has a new scratching post, the apartment is clean, and Synni seems to be making a big effort to ensure the cat's well-being. However, she doubts that Jack, who even considered registering Squirp as an official support animal, can offer the same level of care. Synni has bombarded us with a shit ton of screenshots documenting her conversations with Izzy, who is supposedly the one currently taking care of Squirp. For context, I'll read them out and then we'll discuss who, according to US law, should legally own the cat. If you've already seen the screenshots, skip to this timestamp. So it starts with Izzy. I don't know the full context of that. Why is my address there? I can return the flash drive, the monitor and the jewelry. Synni says, and my cat. Izzy says, can I just ask why? Why do you want the cat so badly? You said it yourself, you didn't want the cat. You also said that Jack was the one who wanted it being the cat. Synni, again, why is my address there? Synni says, again, I'm willing to swap the monitors. I can give you Jack's monitor in exchange for mine. I have extra wires that belong to him. And there it cuts off. Izzy says, okay, I tried to find your jewelry, but I didn't see it in the box, nor did I see them with Jack's stuff. Although I will try to look for them. With a cat, though, can you please tell me why? You yourself said you didn't want a cat, that Jack did. I'm holding this cat, not just appease Jack, but... It cuts off. Yeah, that's what I mean. She already knows where Squirp is. She already has a court order and everything. That's why I don't know why she made the video. Just to put pressure on them? I don't know. Well, just keep listening. Synni? Synni says, I'm not arguing with you, and I don't owe you an explanations. You have until the 25th. Izzy says, yes, you do, cause Jack is owed an explanation at least. He wants this cat, and I want to make sure the cat is cared for. Especially with how you've told me you didn't want a cat. Also for the jewelry, unfortunately, I don't have it with me, nor does Jack. I checked the stuff and none of the jewelry. And it cuts off. Not even $50 for the cat? Cause why do you want her so badly? Even I'm just curious. Synni says, I already told you that I'm responsible for this cat, and I don't fucking trust either of you as far as I can throw you. You've proven time and time again that none of you are trustworthy. So I don't trust you with my baby. Jack is not going to take care of her. He could fucking be bothered to clean up after them while he was home all day, acting like it was my sole responsibility to take care of them, as well as doing all the chores and working all day and provide for the four of us. He's going to push all responsibility onto whoever he moves in with, and I don't know if I'm willing to trust his judgment when it comes to that either. He acted like I'd be useless without him, as if I'm the lazy bum who took advantage of him when he f***ing dragged his feet and left me to care of everything. Did you know I was responsible for getting him out of bed when he had an appointment? Did you know I had to pick out his clothes and let him watch YouTube for 30 minutes and bribe him with ice cream so we could get his f***ing social security benefits back? I'm taking advantage of his kindness? What a f***ing joke. If you give Jack Squirp, he will not clean up after her or feed her. I'm stepping up as a caretaker. I've been slowly putting my apartment back together. It's much cleaner now and Stupid has more space. I'm doing more research to better take care of her. Once I get more money saved, I'll get her more toys to play with. The cats frustrated me sometimes, but I don't f***ing hate them. Any time I said I did was out of anger. Jack has told me he wanted to kill the cats, but you don't see me using that against him. Well, you kind of did now, Synni. Also, I don't trust you when you say you don't have the things I listed. My jewelry was put in the suitcase, in one of the front pockets. All of the jewelry we packed was in the same pocket. I'll check my bags when I get home, but I urge you to look for it again. You have until the 25th to give me back my baby and my jewelry, or else this will go to court. Get to it. Izzy says, Jesus. But anyway, if you don't trust me with what I said about the jewelry, I have video proof, but like you said, you don't trust me, so I can't convince you anyway. I'll trust you with the cat and I'll tell Jack the bad news, but like I said, I genuinely can't find your missing jewelry. Jesus. Also, be a lot more nicer than what you're doing right now. You already shattered everyone's trust with what you've been doing and are now acting like the victim. I've seen the text messages between you guys, and you've been using all his money to the point where many times he had only a few dollars in his name due to all the irresponsible spending you both did. Jack has told me and shown me what he's done and isn't hiding anything. You, on the other hand, keep using excuses and lies to cover yourself. Also, remember you even said yourself your roommate is disabled, and you know that, which is why you can't quite use his disability against him. He's cleaned the apartment at the beginning, but it started to wear down on his health. He stated that time and time again, but you basically ignored him and kept talking about whatever you wanted to talk about. And also the amount of nicknames and inappropriate talking you've said to Jack is horrendous. You've joked to fingering Jack. That's disgusting. Even I've never done any of that or even close to what you've done. You don't take full accountability. You don't take it seriously as it needs to. You're a coward that just hides behind your tears and whatever you can get your hands on to shield yourself. This is just the consequences to your actions. But anyway, I'm sorry for what I did at the beginning, especially with the lies, but let's be clear. You should know and understand why I've done all that stuff. You've done horrible things and you know you did it. You're admitting to that, which is why I distanced myself far from you. Scrib is fine, and you've said yourself that you trust me with the cat, so... Synni says, Izzy, actually shut the f*** up. If I remember correctly, Cass said, why do you expect us to be nice to you? Why the fuck do you deserve my kindness? I'm acting like a victim behind the scenes because y'all are a bunch of cunts. You harass me at work, you go into my apartment when I'm not home, you laugh about me being delusional and mentally ill, and you mock me online. Y'all can be angry with me. Y'all don't have to trust me. What I did was awful, and I'm trying to fix myself so I don't make the same decisions that led to me traumatizing people. Be mad. You have every right not to like me or trust me. Don't fucking act like you're justified in bullying me and making me paranoid. Don't use Jack's disabilities against him. He doesn't seem to have an issue using mine against me. The milkshake story, me not paying bills, I have ADHD, you fucking mouth breather. Sorry, it's only acceptable to have your mental illness affect your life when it happens to Jack. I forgot that was a rule. Not to mention the hypocrisy of Jack calling me ableist while also calling me a pussy for being delusional and thinking he was going to dox me or kill me. Y'all ain't shit. Also, what do you mean he cleaned the apartment in the beginning? Back when we didn't have anything to clean because we just moved in? Did he tell you he told me he didn't know how to clean anything and I had to show him how? This isn't me saying it's his fault for not knowing how. This is me saying I call bullshit. Maybe that will sound mean, but I don't believe for a second that Jack didn't know how to clean anything. That sounds to me like weaponized incompetence. Something I unfortunately know all too well. He wants to make me sound like I was grateful for anything he did, but that's not fucking true. Of course, this is a he said, she said scenario, so why the fuck would you believe me? And I swear to God, if you're going off about how I sexually assaulted Jack, when in reality he never communicated his feelings to me clearly and let it happen, I will scream. It's not my fault he can't fucking tell me when I upset him. Give me back my kitty and go fuck yourself sideways. Izzy says, Synni, what? The fact that you don't realize the true scope of the damage you have done and have pushed everything on Jack, this isn't about Jack anyway, this is about you and your victims. The fact that you're not realizing how bad Jack's symptoms are shows you have not been listening. He has told you time and time again how bad it's been. And you have also said, it's okay, I can do it. So why are you able to go back on your words, but Jack can't? Anyway, now that I'm thinking of it, your dad was right. You've never listened. You've never learned, and because of that, you've done stupid stuff that has led you to become a person that's angry, blaming everyone but themselves, and downplaying the situation just so they can justify what they have done. The fact that Laurel has left you, a friend for 5 years, and yet you don't bat an eye? The fact that you've done way worse things than you've described Jack. Synni, you're not holding yourself truly accountable. I get that it's hard, but the fact that you keep trying to deny the fact that you have groomed someone, and probably more, This isn't really about Jack. You're just trying to find someone to scapegoat away from your responsibilities. Jack isn't at fault for you talking to a 14-year-old. That's what this has been about. You just keep trying to find a scapegoat. You're not learning. You're not growing. The fact that you blame us for your mistakes is wild. Again, this isn't about Jack. Please learn that. Your dad was right, and I never realized how bad it really was. Of course, I'm not denying all the things he's done, which is horrible. I wish he never done any of the things he's done, like take your money. It's just that your dad was right about one thing, and that's the thing I'm talking about. Oh, Dios mío. Synni says, I literally said you guys are right to be angry with me. How the fuck am I denying what I did? I said I traumatized people. I'm not going to argue over the semantics of grooming. It's not Jack's fault that I talked to Anno the way I did, and I never fucking claimed that it was. The situation isn't about Jack as much as he wishes it was, but this conversation is about him because he's irresponsible and I don't trust him. I just went off about him because I'm still angry about his behavior. The reason I bring up me doing everything is because it's relevant. He acts like I was lazy and I didn't take care of anything. I think I'm right to be pissed off about that. I never had an issue with it when we were living together because I genuinely loved him. And I felt good knowing I was helping him, believing he truly couldn't take care of himself because that's how he portrayed himself to me. I took care of him because I loved him and he acts like I did nothing for him. She would be useless without me, he says. I didn't bat an eye when Laurel left, says you. Tell me why you think I didn't care that she left. I blame myself for what I did. I blame myself for how I spoke to Anno. I blame you for being shitty to me. I blame Jack for being a vindictive, opportunistic drama who needs to be the center of attention. Guys, she groomed a minor, but look at me. She victimized me too. I'm a victim too. Like, fuck off, dude. If you genuinely care about the people I hurt, focus your energy on comforting them and let me recover in peace. Help Anno get therapy. Help Jack get therapy. Stop acting like I'm not sorry because I keep complaining about being hurt. Izzy says, again, you're not seeing your actions. You wonder why we're being so shitty to you because your actions have been that bad. Besides shitty? If I'm being shitty, what about Kumo or Jar? And also, Jack is getting therapy right now. Also, you do realize that Anno isn't near us and is 14. How can we help Anno? I'm sorry you're dealing with a dumbass who can talk quite smartly back to you, because you're so far up your own ass you're seeing shit. Why do you think we are all being shitty to you? We've, at least Jack and Laurel, told you not to do this and yet you keep doing it. I am genuinely hoping that you'll never do it again, but the fact that you're just now starting to get help when many other times you could have gotten help shows that you're genuinely not learning. If you were really learning, then you would realize why we're being so shitty to you. How can we recover if you keep coming after us? If you really wanted to recover, you would understand and wouldn't try to get your cat back. I know you're sorry for your actions, but let's be for real. If you truly were, you wouldn't have done this. Also, the reason why Jack has been saying this is because we are all mad at what you did in the beginning. We're calming down now, but ATP, it's too late. You keep apologizing for your actions, but your past patterns are telling us you're not getting better. If you were, you wouldn't do any of this. Which I'm repeating myself. In reality, please, I beg of you, just let Jack have Squirp. He'll give anything for her. He'll give you $150 or his whole bank account. I can take care of Squirp, but you have to let us take care of her. Synni, Jar and Kumo were extremely biased and were trying to convince me I was okay when I wasn't. They're both shit people who were trying to use me for different reasons, and I don't associate with them anymore. It feels like we're running in circles, and I'm tired of it. I'm not backing down. What I did wasn't okay. You can believe me when I say I understand what I did was wrong, or you can ignore me because you can't trust me. I know my intent. I don't trust Jack. You will give me my cat, or this will be taken to court. You're not going to push me around. I'm freaking tired of getting walked over. I am not accepting any money in exchange for my baby. She will never be safe in his care. Whew. She also recorded herself confronting Izzy at her home, writing the following. I sent Izzy a legal notice addressed to Jack, but he has no address. That's why it was sent to her and not Jack. To return my items to me, including my cat, due on the 25th of October 2024. After receiving everything except Squirp on the 23rd, I went to Izzy's house to attempt to retrieve my kitten. I recorded the following conversation in case anything scary happened.
Hello.
Hello. What's up?
Are you Elizabeth's father?
Yes.
Hi. I'm here to retrieve my cat.
Okay, Elizabeth. Pizza.
Sorry to intrude. It's very, like, without notice. I would like my cat. I apologize if I'm intruding.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. What are you doing
Hello.
here?
I'm here for my cat.
No,
What do you mean, no?
Cynthia, you're not allowed here.
What do you mean?
Cynthia, go home.
Your father let me inside. Where's
Yeah,
my cat?
I'm not going to give it to you
What do you mean?
because she's not your cat.
Yes, she is. Where is my cat?
Cynthia, no.
What do you mean, no?
Cynthia, go home.
What do
Or
you
I
mean,
will
no?
call
She's literally my cat.
Cynthia.
I have the paperwork. I can show you the paperwork, actually.
Cynthia, just because you bought this cat for Jack. You said you bought this cat for Jack.
That means literally nothing.
That does mean something. You bought this cat for Jack, yes?
That
You buy this cat for Jack.
that doesn't mean anything.
Cynthia, it's simple. Yes or
That
no?
does not matter.
Cynthia, did you buy this cat for Jack?
That doesn't matter.
Cynthia, did you buy this cat for Jack?
Izzy, my name is on the paperwork.
Cindy,
He will not take care of her.
Cindy, go home or I will call 911.
And, like, what are they gonna do?
Go home or I will call 911. Go. Is this cat yours? I mean,
Yes.
did you
Yes.
buy this cat?
Yes.
Yes?
She's my cat. I spent the money. I signed the paperwork. Give me my cat.
This cat back. Didn't Jack give you the money for your cat?
I can't say that for sure. Do you know how long ago that was? Like 6 months ago.
That was a year ago.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Cynthia,
why are you fighting me so hard on this?
because
You literally, I gave you a letter.
this cat was for Jack. This cat is for Jack, Cynthia.
Give me my cat.
Well, it's my cat now.
What do you mean it's your cat now?
I don't know. You can figure that out. But
Figure
Cynthia,
that out. Okay.
you bought this cat for Jack. You did. You bought this cat for Jack.
Yeah, back when I thought, you know, do you want to know how much he did for this cat?
A lot.
Cuddled with it. Like, I'm sure that's the most he really did. Cleaned the litter boxes when I asked him to. Like, only when I asked him to. You know how...
You did admit that you bought this cat for Jack.
Yeah, sure. For Jack. It's still my cat.
Cynthia, why are you even here?
I would like to retrieve my cat.
No.
I don't trust you. I do not trust you with this cat.
Go.
I want my cat.
Cynthia, go.
I literally gave you like a court order.
Okay, and go. Before I call the cops.
I
will call the cops, Cynthia. Go.
I want my cat.
Cynthia, go.
I literally gave you like a court order.
Okay, and go. Before I call the cops.
I
will call the cops, Cynthia.
really cannot believe you.
Okay, I'll call 911 then. Go. Get. Go.
You. Fuck you. God.
Go. Just go. Just go.
Fuck you.
And thank you.
You have until the 25th. Fucking
Jack,
Doesn't matter.
it does.
It is my cat. Under the video, she pinned a comment with the little update. So, Jack is currently throwing a tantrum on Twitter, asking why people are believing me over him and thinking that everyone is suddenly taking my side simply because I asked people to question him. I don't think anyone has to believe me outside of what I'm able to prove. You don't have to believe me when I say I'm getting better or that Jack is likely to neglect the cats. You don't have to believe anything I say. I know I'm not in a position where people can trust me at my word. But everyone knows Jack is homeless and has no income. Whenever he does something wrong, he blames it on his autism, his depression, his BPD, and doesn't make an effort to change on his own. I had to constantly push him to fix himself. I had to bribe him to get him to his appointments so he could get evaluated for his psych meds. The very first appointment we had, after weeks of waiting, he refused to go because he was too depressed to leave his bed. I had to bribe him to get out of bed so we could go to Social Security and get his benefits back. He's not a responsible person. He thinks I'm trying to take the cat just because I hate him and want him to suffer, but that's not true. I want what's the best for the cat. She won't be safe in his care. I firmly believe that. It's clear he didn't watch the video. I saw him say, "She forgot to mention she locked the cats in the bathroom," when I do mention that in the video. Someone said I entered Izzy's house without permission when you can hear the father allow me to come inside. Jack comes into my apartment when I'm not home. He doesn't live here anymore. Izzy and Jack are insisting that the cat was a gift when I never said it was. Jack wanted a cat, we looked for cats together, picked out the kitty, went to the store, and I paid for it. You might be able to argue that this is me buying him a gift, but I personally don't see it that way. Even then, my name is on the paperwork, not Jack's. I spent the money, not Jack. I have a place to live. Jack does not. I have a stable income. Jack has no income and does not intend to get a job. I adopted the cat, and I'm responsible for her health. Jack says I never cared about the cats, and that's not true either. I was standoffish when it came to taking care of them because I was expecting Jack to take care of them while I provided for the household. Think of it as Jack being a stay-at-home dad while I worked all week only to find out he fucking sucked at it. And now he's upset that I'm fighting for a kitten that he's attached to because he cannot and will not take care of it. Believe what you want. I'm tired of him making excuses, pushing the fault onto everyone else, and thinking everyone's out to get him. He also admitted on Twitter that he knew where Squirp was the entire time. He thought I was going to get my cat back until he didn't. But he never corrected anyone afterward. He's saying, it's my business, it's my private life. So that's why he never told the public he still had the cat. Motherfucker, you were the one who cried to the public when I asked for her back. Why are you acting like I'm invading your privacy by telling everyone I don't have the cat and to question you? You're loony. I'm not coming after you. I'm not trying to ruin your life. I don't want to hurt you. I want the cat to be safe. This isn't about you. Whew. Alrighty, let's look at the legal side. In the US, pet ownership disputes typically hinge on who has legal ownership of the animal, often based on the pet's official documentation rather than verbal agreements. In general, the law regarding gifts is that a gift becomes a property of the recipient once it's given to him or her. If the relationship ends, the gift doesn't automatically become a loan that has to be returned or paid back. But we are not talking about any gift, we are talking about a living, breathing little creature. I've also found a post by an animal law attorney in Riverside, California. The police will not get involved in a pet ownership. The police will not get involved in a pet ownership dispute. The owner will have to pay filing fees and file a lawsuit in court for return of the animal. In a dispute, the one with better indicia of ownership will normally be deemed the official owner by the court. However, in California, Alaska, New York, and possibly other states now, the court might use what is best for the animal to decide. Courts prefer to see documentary proof that you are the pet's rightful owner. The more ongoing and current proof of ownership, the better your chances of convincing a court that you legally own the pet. Amongst others, purchase or adoption contracts, If you purchased or adopted the pet as your sole property, make sure the contract reflects that. Avoid adopting pets together with another person. If you do, you should have a discussion beforehand as to whom will keep the pet in case of a separation, and a signed written agreement reflecting that. Yeah, too late for that. For property without a title, you generally have to prove your ownership by circumstantial evidence. Things that don't directly prove ownership, but which are consistent with your ownership and not the other person's. The more evidence you have, the better. Think of anything you can show that would only be possible if you were the owner, like photographs of it in your home. You can also bring witnesses who can testify as to ownership. In this particular case, I think Izzy would serve as Jack's witness. Another post reads, people who give away or sell their animal generally have no further legal rights to that animal. The person who adopted the animal or purchased the animal does not typically have to return the animal unless there was an agreement that stated otherwise. People who believe their animal is being wrongfully withheld can sue to try to get the animal returned. The court will consider the evidence and make a determination. For example, one person may allege the animal was gifted/rehomed, where the other may say that the arrangement was only for temporary boarding or fostering. The person not in possession typically has the burden of suing to try to get an animal returned, and many more people threaten to sue than actually sue. Anyways, here's how the laws might apply to Synni, Jack, and the cat Squirp. Legal ownership. Since Synni's name is on the adoption or purchase documents for Squirp, she's generally considered the legal owner. US courts and law enforcement tend to view the person listed on official ownership paperwork, like adoption agreements, veterinary records, or registration documents, as the rightful owner, even if someone else was intended to care for the pet. Then the gift argument, Jack and Izzy's argument, that the cat belongs to Jack because Synni bought it for him, could hold some weight if they can provide clear evidence that Squirp was intended as a gift. In US courts, proving an item was given as a gift requires establishing intent to give a gift, delivery of the gift, acceptance by the recipient. However, proving this without written evidence, particularly with a pet whose documentation is under Synni's name, is challenging. Courts typically place high value on written proof of transfer for pets due to their status as legal property. Point 3. Police involvement in civil court. Synni has already contacted the police, which is a reasonable step. However, the police are often limited in resolving pet ownership disputes, as they see it as a civil rather than a criminal matter. Synni might need to pursue a claim in small claims court to assert her legal ownership and formally request the return of Squirp if she hasn't already done that. Point 4 is animal welfare considerations. If Synni has concern about Jack's ability to care for Squirp, she could mention this in her claim. Courts may consider an owner's capability to provide proper care, though this is secondary to the legal ownership question. So it seems Synni has the stronger legal case here, as she holds the official ownership documentation. Jack would need strong evidence to prove that the cat was a gift, which is difficult without documentation. Going through small claims court is likely Synni's best course to regain possession of Squirp. But would that be the best for Squirp? Pets are deeply loved and considered family by those who care for them. Squirp's welfare and emotional well-being should be the priority. A cat's happiness depends on a stable, safe, and nurturing environment. Cats thrive with predictable routines, attention, and proper care. If Jack's past involvement with Squirp was minimal and he struggled to take initiative without prompting, it's worth reflecting on whether he's ready and able to care for her independently now. While cats don't bond exactly like humans, they do build strong attachment to their caregivers. If Squirp is used to being with Synni and sees her as a primary caregiver, relocating to Jack's care might be disruptive and stressful for her. On the other hand, if Jack has genuinely bonded with Squirp and has a strong emotional investment in caring for her, this bond should be respected as well. Squirp will benefit most from a home where she will be cared for consistently in the long term. Cindy's concerns about Jack's commitment are valid. If there's a chance, he might struggle to maintain Scrub's care after the initial intensity of the breakup fades, if ever. If Jack's commitment to Scrub remains unclear, returning her to Cindy might be the best for her stability. Also, considering that Jack is homeless at the moment and the third party is taking care of the cat. If Cindy and Jack can communicate openly, they might be able to find a middle ground, but I don't see that happening. Sometimes a temporary cooperative arrangement provides the space for both sides to assess what's truly best for the pet, but that's a very optimistic view at best. The situation is undeniably emotional and painful. However, considering Scrub's interests above personal feelings can sometimes help untangle things. Asking questions like, where will Scrub feel safest? And who can consistently give her the most attention and care can bring the focus back to what Scrub needs most. Ultimately, if Jack is willing and capable to step up, respect Scrub's needs, and ensure she thrives, then perhaps he could be given a chance. But if there's doubt, it might be the best for Cindy to keep Scrub where she's already comfortable and well cared for. And she would have Stupid. And who wouldn't want to be with Stupid? Plus, you're actually supposed to groom cats. So, yeah, that's the situation. I'm in a very similar one right now. My friend and I share 4 cats. And I will be moving back to northern Germany where my family lives. And I'm deadly afraid of separating the little monsters. At the end of the day, I will do whatever it takes to ensure they're well taken care of, even if I was the one who adopted the cats. I can't possibly separate the 2 brothers from another because they share one stupid little soul. And my senior cat, who is 16 years old now, and an amputee, and a cancer survivor, loves Jinx to death, a cat that I gifted to my friend many years ago. Jinx is absolutely fixated on my friend. Tom, my senior cat, couldn't survive without me. And I honestly don't know what's gonna be the best. There will be tears and broken hearts. But the thing is, we as humans have the ability to better understand the reasons behind something like that. And we can adapt to it because, well, we can adapt to it better because we are informed. I can't possibly explain to my cat that mommy and daddy are getting a divorce and that they have to pick where they live from now on. We should consider what's best for the animals. I'm not saying swallow your feelings, but also don't let your personal fears and feelings dictate the future of a living, breathing, deeply emotional little creature. Oof, oof. Thank you for listening. Now that you know everything, what is your opinion on the matter? I'm still a little confused why Cindy chose to share the story on her channel. I do believe she already knew where the cat was and what to do, court order and all. She states that she doesn't want anyone to harass anybody mentioned, but she does want our support and to question Jack. So it feels like she does want us to put pressure on Izzy and Jack, you know? Anyway, who would have thunk that the art community is so full of dirty laundry? Welp. See you next time. It's me again, future Lumoth. Sorry if that was confusing. I made this video assuming everyone could watch Cindy's video, and now that it's been set to private, I just hope mine isn't too confusing. I've only just started making videos and I still make a lot of mistakes, but I am gradually getting more confident, and I hope you can see that and hear that. So yeah, again, see you next time.